Hey guys, what's up? My name is BZK over here on YouTube and welcome back to another video. And in today's video I will be talking about my top 5 Wonderlands needs/wants for the game. Now I do want to say this is in no particular order. I just kind of want to voice my opinions on some things that I saw in the trailer and hopefully maybe some things that we didn't see but hopefully they're implementing. And I do want to say this is just all my personal opinion. So without further ado, let's get into number 1, anointments. As you can see in the trailer, there are anointment beams on some of the weapons that we see. Now in Borderlands 3 they introduced an anointment system, which in my opinion is kind of a flawed system. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Now I know people like it, I know people dislike it, and honestly I'm kind of middle ground but leaning towards more not liking it. I feel in Borderlands 3 it was used to make or break guns, and for anointments in Wonderlands I would love to see kind of a Borderlands 2 part system vibe for it. I absolutely loved the part system in Borderlands 2. Now I know a lot of people just did not like it and they think anointments are better, and that's perfectly fine. That is everybody's opinion. But from my personal opinion, again, anointments I feel like should play more of a background role on the weapon than as they did in Borderlands 3, where it was more so this anointment can make this gun absolutely destroy anything in its path. I feel like with Wonderlands, hopefully it can kind of dial that tone a little bit back, and maybe it gives like a special effect towards that weapon, such as increased fire rate, increased mag size, increased crit damage, only by a little bit though, not make it these 200% to 150% for said weapon. I honestly think that will just make the gun way too OP, and it kind of goes into my next point that I want to make is weapon manufacturer diversification, or just weapon diversification in general. In Borderlands 3, there was a set number of weapons that everybody used in every single build coming along towards the end game of Borderlands, such as the Hellwalker, Bloodstarved Beast, the Flipper, the Plasma Coil. I can go on and there's a list of them. So in Wonderlands, I would like to, try out all said weapons, like again, swords, bows, crossbows, assault rifles, pistols, you name it. I would like to see a lot of manufacturers just kind of rise up instead of just, 1 or 2 that is all in endgame builds. Hence why I really like the thematic builds that people such as Vanderforge, Birdman 778. I would just love to see a lot of manufacturers be used inside Wonderlands instead of, again, the 1 or 2 that just kind of always got the fame, and then, the other ones just kind of sat off to the side and was like, oh, hey, we're here. So again, weapon manufacturer diversification would be absolutely amazing to see in Wonderlands, and hopefully they can implement that in some way, shape, or form. Now moving on to spell/magic. As we've seen in the trailer, we can use spells/magic. Hopefully it can be like actually obtainable and not just skill based, because I've seen a lot of people say, oh well, it's only action skills, or it's part of your skill tree. Hopefully you can actually like pick up potions and everything that can make you do this, kind of like again the relics in Tina's DLC. I would absolutely love to see again a fire breathing potion, or a shock potion where you can shoot things out of your hands like lightning bolts, kind of like Skyrim for example. That would actually be amazing. Again, there's so much stuff that you can do in a fantasy setting that I feel like Gearbox is going to knock it out of the park, but also kind of to close out on the whole entire game mechanics, I do believe that anointments should be kind of lowered down in the scale of effectiveness that it can cause a weapon. Then of course weapon manufacturer diversification, I would absolutely love to see a lot of people like myself who are challenge runners, actually be able to make fully, say, Stoker builds or Torg builds or anything like that. I would love to see that. And then of course spells and magic, hopefully that is not just a skill tree based mechanic that we see in the game, because I feel like it would kind of take a bit away from the whole entire fantasy based. Now let's move on to kind of more core mechanics of the game, meaning story. I know a lot of people do not like Borderlands 3's story. I personally like Borderlands 2 better just because of the fact that Jack. So for Wonderlands, I would like to see a story that is reminiscent of Borderlands 2, or maybe a continuation of Bunkers and Badasses from Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep. Another thing I do not want to see is a Eden 6 situation for Wonderlands. In Borderlands 3, everybody knows once you hit Eden 6, you're pretty much halfway through the game. But all those missions just drag on so long. There's so much useless dialogue that we really don't need. And I would love to see Wonderlands kind of escape that, just kill all these enemies and move on, kill all these enemies. Again, I understand that it's a Borderlands game and you're supposed to kill a bunch of enemies, but please don't make it like Eden 6 to where people are literally not even caring about that part of the story. Also, I know a lot of people are probably not going to like this, but I would love to see at least some recurring main characters from all of the Borderlands series. I would love to see Brick come back in as a siren. Hopefully that can happen. Maybe even Salvador as the dwarfs. Who knows? A lot of things can come out of this story, and main reason why people won't like that is because, again, it's nostalgia pandering. I don't mind nostalgia. Just do it in a very tasteful way. Don't be like, oh, hey, everybody's here. Like, yay, let's go. Honestly, I would just like to see it maybe in a mission or two, or maybe Sal can like join your team as a actual fighting NPC, as like one of the dwarves or tinks that we see inside the trailers, or maybe, you know, they could voice one of those mushroom creatures, because honestly those look pretty fucking sick. But now let's move on to my next point, which is crossplay. If you guys don't know, Borderlands 3 just got crossplay a little while ago, and I would love to see crossplay in Wonderlands. That is kind of on everybody's mind. I'm not so sure if they have talked about it or if they haven't. If they have, please type it in the comment section. I would love to know anything that I can about this game, especially with crossplay mechanics. Now, as we know, Borderlands 3 is not crossplay on PlayStation. Sony, in my opinion, got a bit too greedy with it. So if we can still see a Xbox and PC crossplay, that would be absolutely amazing. I know that would bring a lot of people together, and especially with the whole dynamic of, hey, let's play any Borderlands game together, it will help a lot with Wonderlands. And kind of tagging on to this point, a extra kind of number is EchoCast. I really love EchoCast in Borderlands 3, but it does hamper the performance of the game, and also it's just a system that can be very flawed at some points. And at the end of the day, I feel like Wonderlands should not have it. I feel like it could hamper the performance of Wonderlands, especially with it running on Epic Games software, where I know some people have no problem with it, and then other people like myself had a lot of problems with it. Even with my upgraded PC now, I still have problems with any game on the Epic Games launcher. But again, to wrap everything up, these are just my opinions, and I just really wanted to convey them through this video for you guys. And without further ado, my name has been BZK over here on YouTube, BZK25 over there on Twitch, and BZK25 over there on Twitter, where I will be posting any Wonderlands info that I can get my hands on, especially on my Twitch channel, where we pretty much only been talking about Wonderlands and we just chill, have a good time. So if you could hit that follow button, hit that sub button, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and all of that YouTube stuff that I really don't know, since I really don't post on this platform that often. But anyways, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye-bye.